All right, guys, I can tell you're excited. We have a very special guest to wrap up our presentations today for Entrepreneurship Day. So I would ask that you're polite and respectful. You give Allie your full attention. Kayla's going to introduce Allie, and then we're going to get rolling.
Last vlog on a Friday. Might be difficult to focus, but this is going to be a fun one. We have Kahoot and sweatshirts and prizes. I could definitely use an Indigo sweatshirt right now. Yeah, there are a lot of good prizes, so pay attention. This is going to be a good one. Allie Lee, a current senior at Newton North High School. Allie and her sister started Indigo Clothing Co. the summer going into her sophomore year. In 2 years, Indigo Clothing morphed from an Instagram account into a company that has sold thousands of units around the globe.
From running around north to drop off orders to shipping thousands of units around the globe, Indigo's journey has never been boring. Allie will speak about the birth story of Indigo, as well as give insight to the crazy operations of a company run by teens. Please join me in welcoming Allie Lee. Hello. Okay, hi everyone, I'm Allie. And so 2 years ago, my sister and I started Indigo Clothing Co., also known as Indigo, this summer going into my sophomore year. So for most of you who might not know what Indigo is, I'll just give you a little bit of a background. So Indigo is basically a clothing brand. Here are some of our products. We have like pants, hoodies, dresses, bathing suits, and this is our website. So, as you can tell, we're known for our blue tie-dye, and so we get that by dyeing our clothes in small batches by hand using a natural indigo reduction. And so this is our website because Indigo sells clothes almost exclusively online. So for those that were a little more familiar with Indigo, you might have seen us on some influencers, including Ava Jules, Summer McKeen, Hannah Maloche. This is not actually Indigo. This is Kanye. I just thought it was funny because it looked like it, but it's not. And some bigger influencers, including Emma Chamberlain, Casey Frey, Mackenzie Ziegler. And you might have seen us without even realizing it because a couple months ago, I like to call it the VSCO debacle. So basically, this Vox article posted this article about like what a VSCO girl is. So it's like basically, you know, like a basic girl, like a way to insult teenage girls. And the cover photo just happened to be two of our influencers who were wearing our crew neck. So my sister was not thrilled about this, but yeah, so this article gained some popularity and ended up on Oprah Magazine and also the Today Show. So you might have seen us without even realizing. So yeah, as soon as like this came out, my sister texted me immediately and was like absolutely horrified. She like did not want to be associated with VSCO at all, but I just thought it was hilarious. So how did we get here? So the birth story of Indigo. So I wish I had a photo to show you, like our first time dyeing clothes, but I don't because Indigo was completely unintentional. So again, 2 years ago in the summer, my sister was doing this art program, and she was like researching this shibori dye technique, which is like dyeing clothes using this indigo dye. And she bought a kit and just thought it would be a fun activity to do in the summer. And so just like in the summer, a few friends and I and her decided to like just use this dye kit to see what would happen. But we didn't want to use our own clothes because we didn't think it would go very well. So we went to the thrift store and we bought this big bag of clothes for $12. It was like 20 to 30 pieces of clothes. And we dyed it at like 5 o'clock at night and to like 9 at night. So like the sun set and we're using like phone lights and flashlights to see the big reveal. And it ended up looking a lot better than we thought. But we all didn't want like 5 blue tie-dye shirts each. So we just thought, oh, why don't we just sell these clothes? So we asked our friends if they wanted just to take pictures so we could get rid of these clothes. So this this was like our first photo shoot. The girl on the left is Julia. You might know her. Like, I met her in preschool. In the middle is Marina. I met her in like soccer in 4th grade. And on the right is another girl I went to like summer camp with when I was 10. So I was really just asking everybody and anyone who was willing just to take pictures for us. So we started selling on Instagram. And since everything was thrifted, everything was like one of a kind, so we kind of sold just first come, first serve. As you can see, like the picture to our left is like the first item we ever sold, and it was just to like my sister's friend. And so like everyone who basically followed the account was just local, friends of myself, my sister, and friends of the models. So everyone who was buying clothes was basically in the greater Boston area, which was convenient because my sister and I didn't have our licenses and we didn't ship the clothes. So on like a Friday night at like 8 to 10 at night, we would drive around greater Boston dropping off packages. And so this worked for a while. It was not always successful. Like a lot of times you had to like go into somebody's garage that was unlocked and like go under a doormat to find the money. And a lot of times people forgot to leave the money there. But as we started gaining popularity, a lot of people out of state started wanting to buy our clothes. So we knew that this method of selling on Instagram wasn't going to last for very long. So this kind of goes into the expansion of Indigo. So we started a website, and with the launch of the website, we knew we would have to change how we sold our clothes a little bit, because since Zoe and I, my sister, were in school full-time, we knew it wasn't going to be worth taking photos, posting them online just to sell one item of clothes, which is how we started like the ranges of clothing lines, so we could replicate each item of clothing more easily. Okay, so after we started the website, we started shipping online. And so every week we go to the post office. We always go to the West Newton one because we now befriended them. We give them Christmas presents and birthday gifts. And so in the beginning, we didn't have like a prepaid service. So we would go in with duffels of clothing and go to this post office, and it would take like 45 minutes to an hour always, and we would create this big line out the door. And so like our post office people started kicking us out earlier and earlier when we would go, because they're like, if we went too close to closing, they're like, this is gonna take too long, like you can't come here anymore. So they forced us to switch to a prepaid service, and they gave us these bins. I know it says like not for private use, but they just started giving them to us. And we would load the packages into these bins, and we get to cut the line now and just like hand the bins to send out. So also as we started expanding, we started running out of space. So my sister and I luckily share the 3rd floor of our attic together, and we have an extra room, but that room got too small and too cluttered, so my sister volunteered to convert half her room into more Indigo space. So as you can see, like this is her room, and she has a curtain separating her bedroom from the Indigo office now. And yeah, this is like one of the first months when we like converted it. Okay, and so now that you know like a little bit about the expansion, I'll just give you like a little behind the scenes of like what actually goes on when we like run this business. So the first thing is the dye process. Well, basically the whole process, it's not glamorous at all. Like we put out these really polished photos, but behind the scenes, it's a mess. So as you can see, the dye we use dyes clothes, but it also dyes skin. So we, for many months, were walking around with blue legs and blue hands. As you can see, in the beginning, I didn't ever use gloves, so my fingernails and hands were just always blue. And to fulfill orders, we would sometimes have to dye really late at night, so we would put headlamps on and like use phone flashlights, just like try to dye the clothes. As I said, when we switched to the prepaid service, I was in charge of buying the printer and labels. And the labels I bought were a 1/4 inch too small for the printer. So I got very frustrated and ended up breaking the printer. So this was me trying to just like fix it. So because we're a clothing brand, most of what we put out is photos. So we go on photo shoots nearly every week. And this was just, like, we go to our normal locations, and this was just like a normal photo shoot on a normal weekend at our normal location. And when we came, it happened to be completely graffitied everywhere. So that was just another chaotic day. This is just more behind the scenes of photo shoots. For some reason, we ended up at North, and this guy had a snake. So, it's just, yeah. This is another photo shoot we did. We were going for like a new vibe of, it was stormy out, and so we wanted like the rain effect. But when we started taking photos, the rain actually stopped, so we just like went home and got water bottles. So yeah, as you can see from these photos, like everything about behind the scenes is just complete chaos. And I think that a lot of people don't really know that about Indigo, because we're pretty good at going through the thousands of photos we take every week, like editing them and putting like a nice caption and posting it online. But really it takes hours of work and just a lot of winging it, I would say. So now I'll give you like a quick sneak peek of what we have in the future.